What exactly is a shoey, and why did Harry Styles perform one on stage in Australia? Shoey is Australian slang for drinking a celebratory beverage from a shoe. The beverage is usually alcoholic, and the celebration follows a sweaty quest for victory. Some sports and music festival cultures have embraced the shoey. As a cultural phenomenon, the shoey represents triumph over adversity, literally drinking from the vessels that got you there. Harry Styles, the newly minted Grammy and Brit Award winner, performed his first Australian concert, and, we presume, his first shoey in Perth this week. Here's the footage. One of the shoey's most famous supporters is racing driver Daniel Ricciardo, whom Styles has expressed his admiration for. Footballers, surfers, musicians, and other celebrities have also participated. Typically, men participate in this cultural practice, but marathon runner Des Linden, inspired by Ricciardo, and champion golfer Hannah Green did as well. Although we have claimed the term shoey, we are not the only ones who use it. It is said that drinking from boots, or even delicate high heels, began in Europe. There are also American and Russian influences, such as drinking from silk ballet flats. The modern Aussie shoey is all about defiance, winning against the odds. Many different types of Australians have tapped into this attitude over generations, a classic trait of the little battler or underdog stereotype that sees triumph even after a struggle. Importantly, there is a clear sense of humor in the shoey. This is not a win steeped in earnest glory, but rather one that is purposefully crowd-pleasing and silly. The result is a soggy shoe and a bad taste in your mouth, but it also avoids tall poppy syndrome, to use another stereotype. The shoey is an excellent leveler, lowering everyone to the same level. It, like other local party tricks and traditions, has the potential to bring in an international guest into the fold. Someone willing to do a shoey is inevitably going to be accepted by the crowd. However, the shoe has detractors. It is frequently described as messy, gross, and downright disgusting. Styles played along but clearly didn't enjoy the actual act, joking that it made him embarrassed. During a world tour, major touring artists may visit hundreds of cities. These massive events are typically highly formulaic and stage-managed, as dictated by the stadiums they play in and the scale they must navigate. Many shows include a specific local reference to the country or city they're playing in to make each show memorable and, more importantly, to draw audiences in. It could be a nod to a sporting team or attraction, or it could be a nod to local artists to give them more exposure. In Australia, some performers simply bring out a stuffed koala or make a reference to a Vegemite sandwich on stage. Amanda Palmer's ode to local slang, Map of Tasmania, was one of the most inventive local references. Styles' shoey was a nod to an aspect of Australian culture, even if the beautiful designer sneaker he sipped from was a far cry from a sweaty footy boot. The inclusion of a cover of Daryl Braithwaite's 1990 version of Horses, a song that has gone from cool to daggy and back again, was more impressive for mine and less likely to cause infection. Styles hammed it up then proclaimed, "You don't hear that song very much until you get here, but then it's like catnip. I can feel the Aussie coursing through my veins." It's not the first time Australian audiences have asked Styles for a shoey, but it's the first time he's given in. At a time when anyone in the world can legally stream almost any event, it can be difficult to find something unique about each location and its audience. Those in attendance will not soon forget the shoey. Other Australian oddities Styles should keep an eye out for on the rest of his tour include Plagues of Deadly Drop Bears and the Eagle Drop when Daddy Cool comes on the radio. But make sure the budgie smugglers are as clean as those sneakers.